Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Friday edition of the program rolls on. Unofficial kickoff to the weekend. Today on Donnie and Dolly, the team on check. Black Friday, that is. All of our guests today are sponsored by Basant Motors. Basant, the home of No Tax November. Let Basant pay that pesky GST on your next vehicle purchase. Stop by their dealership. It's located at 16315 Fraser Highway in Surrey. Or check them out online anytime at basantmotors.com. We've been talking about it. Whitecaps, massive match.
Oh,
I mean, they're all massive at this point as they play in their first ever Western Conference Final tomorrow down in San Diego, California. A lot of the teams in California at the moment. Canucks, Whitecaps. Abbotsford was just there.
They're in Tucson.
Now they're in Arizona.
Yeah, they're in Arizona.
Somewhere you're familiar with. You were talking about that earlier in the week.
Oh, yeah.
And your hate for Alice Cooper. Bob Lenarduzzi, Whitecaps legend, club liaison, joining the program for the second Friday in a row. Bob, I promise, Dollywall claims he's going to start to pay you for this.
What do you want, a weekly spot? You want a weekly spot, Bob?
Listen, it's superstition. I was on last week.
See?
I need to be on this week, and we'll win again.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So you just referenced it, Bob. Last weekend, just an unbelievable spectacle with the game on and off the pitch, the sold-out building. Where does it rank for you in terms of matches you were part of?
Well, the closest match that it would have been, I would have been part of was the semifinal of the year we won the soccer bowl, and it was against the New York Cosmos. We had a full 90 minutes, and then we had overtime, lost in a shootout, so that we were 1-1 in the series. Then we had to go to a mini game of 30 minutes and ended up being drawn and won in a shootout and went on to soccer bowl. So it had definitely shades of that. This one, I mean, the drama, especially in overtime with the things that were happening. And I have never, and I would actually ask anyone out there or you guys, have you ever seen a sequence where the ball has hit the bar twice and the post?
Yeah.
That is called good fortune on our part and unlucky on theirs. That I actually felt that after that sequence, that if we got the penalties, that we'd win it because somebody up there was looking after us.
Yeah, no kidding. A lot of people reference the two different caps we kind of saw. First half seemed very dominant. The second half, a little bit more on their toes, and then the Blackman injury, and we know about extra time. What was the biggest reason for the difference in the two different teams we saw during the match?
Well, just let me comment on the first half before we get to that. I was shocked at how deep LA were sitting. They just seemed content to shut the door down and get to the half 0-0 and maybe maintain the same strategy, but it wasn't working. We were creating chances. We were carving them up, and eventually we got two. Well, I think they went in at halftime, and the coach decided enough. We've got to go play, and they did, and they were rewarded for it. And then as the half wore on, and it became desperate, we ended up, with a situation where Son is on a free kick, 25 yards out, and it took so long to take the free kick, and I'm not sure why that was, but as a result of the length of time it took, I think everybody got more uptight, and in the end, you're not going to stop a shot like the one he hit, and that's why he's regarded as one of the better players in the world. And he turned it on just when he needed to, because the time was pretty much run out at that stage.
Bobby, 53,000. One more about LAFC. A magical night. Some said one of the best events at BC Place in history. Obviously, one of the greatest games. Just talk about being there and the environment and the city coming together for soccer. It was something else.
Yeah, from the time I arrived at the stadium to kick off, you could tell it was a festive atmosphere, and you could tell that there was a lot of optimism. amongst the fans, and why not? We'd had a great season, and we'd managed to get through difficult situations. And then as the match started, and I loved the towel waving.
Yep.
I don't know whether Roger Nielsen started that or whether that started at a Whitecaps game in the 70s. Probably Roger Nielsen,
Roger,
but
Roger.
okay. And so I thought that was great because I it felt like you were in Europe just by the way that the crowd was engaging, and that that the you could see the flags and everybody was pretty much waving them. So it set it up for a great night, and it turned out to be a great night, and we ended up on the right side of the result as a result of getting a few good breaks in the injury time. But we overall, I don't want that to sound like I don't think we earned it, because we did earn it.
All right. Well, tomorrow it doesn't get any easier. Okay. And I didn't like the red card. I didn't like the 2 yellows to Blackmon. And you got an injury on the back end too in OT. Now you're kind of going in there, missing some key pieces. Talk about some of the key points for you to win tomorrow in San Diego.
Well, I think that's going to be a very key to how we perform. Tate Johnson will likely come in at left back, and Ralph Priso will stay. Laborda will probably partner up with Priso, and then you've got Ocampo on the far side. So it's not an experienced back four, but anyone that's come in to take the place of a regular. And also, I should state, the way that Blackman played until he got sent off,
Yeah.
you know why he's the defender of the year in the league. He
Yeah.
was absolutely dominant, and in the air, on the ground, passing out of the back. And so he is a massive, massive miss.
Yeah.
But every time that we've lost a key player through to injury or through to suspension in this case, the guys have stepped up, and it's just another opportunity to do so.
Everyone talks about strikers in soccer, but the midfield is so important. You need some good generals back there. Berhalter and Kubas, you got to love these two. You got to love them.
They have been a great tandem. They're not the same type of players, but they both have the same amount of grit in them. They both love to get a foot in and make that tackle. And they can also do the job going forward. It's not like they're limited to just being defensive midfielders. And you can see that more and more, and even more so than he has been doing. It just seems to get better and better with Berhalter. And now he's established himself in the American national team, and
Yeah.
what a rise it's been for him.
Yep.
I believe we played 50,000 in allocation money, which is a steal. And at that point, he was just trying to earn a place on the team, and now he is one of our key players.
Berhalter really seems like an emotional leader too, Bob. Like, especially during that match on the weekend, towards the crowd, towards his teammates, just really seems like that emotional type of player in a good way.
Yeah, and that's actually become more and more as the season's gone on. I think there's a few times that he's getting close to taking it over the edge, especially with the officials, but he makes his feelings known, and everybody. And after he scored his penalty, he wound the crowd up. The crowd didn't need winding up, but he wound them up, and he's first in when there's a goal scored to celebrate with the team. He's been a big leader, and I don't think that that's something anybody was anticipating from him. But then again, his dad, Greg Berhalter, has had a good career in the coaching ranks, so it's not a surprise.
Are you expecting a full house at BC Place for the watch party on the weekend?
I believe there's only 15,000 tickets available.
Yeah,
that may be first come, first serve, and maybe they open up more. It would be fantastic if there was, and it would just illustrate, how much people are into the Whitecaps right now. So I'm convinced it'll be a big crowd. Whether it's a sellout or not, that remains to be seen. But that won't matter. I think the people that are there are going to well, not rally behind the team because the team can't hear them in San Diego, but I'm sure they'll be loud and noisy.
Well, second Friday in a row, Bob, you joined us. So hopefully it's a third Friday in a row you join us if they get the job done in San Diego tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this, Bob. Really appreciate it. And again, hopefully we talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye then.